Hey, happy Monday, you guys. I appreciate you dropping by. The shop is closed on Mondays. If you're a local, you know that. So I like to get caught up on processing collections, some of the news that came out of Comic-Con. Obviously, I did not go this year. My beautiful wife, Destiny, a lot of you guys know her, has MS. So she had her infusion at the VA this past Friday, which really knocks her out for the weekend. So we were not able to go to SDCC this year. So miss seeing a bunch of our friends and fellow retailers, some publisher friends that we might not have some kind words for. Anyways, yeah, some of the announcements from Marvel. Let's see what's going on with Marvel and the comic book realm. The castration of the male Marvel universe continues. Most of the announcements, all female led. And I mean, I kept getting the emails, and then I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know, we've got like Spider-Girls coming out. You've got Deadpool's daughter is going to get a book. You've got Laura Kinney, X-23 is going to have a book. Psylocke's coming out. You got the TVA, the time variance, whatever, with Little Miss Minutes. West Coast Avengers, yeah, it's going to have Iron Man, but they're touting, that it's Spider-Woman and Firestar. So you just got all of this. I mean, there was a couple of good announcements, and I mean good. Isn't it sad that there's nothing great? I mean, I guess one could be considered kind of great, but maybe it's that we're so used to having mediocre stuff forced on us that good is considered great now, which is pretty sad. So yeah, you've got like I said, Spider-Girl, Little Miss Minutes, Wolverine's daughter, X-23, Laura Kinney, Psylocke, and what else? West Coast Avengers. There's the Ultimate Universe 1 year in, which I think for us retailers should do pretty damn well. The Ultimate Universe has been doing great. The other thing that's coming out that I would really the best standout to me is the Wolverine Revenge miniseries that's coming out from Jonathan Hickman and Greg Capullo. Let's talk about that dream team being on a book. So you got Wolverine Revenge with Jonathan Hickman and Capullo on art, coming out in prestige format, my all-time favorite format. I love prestige format books. So that would probably be the best announcement out of the, they're calling it From the Ashes panel, and yeah, From the Ashes, what do we got? We got some smoldering crap coming our way. There's Venomore, too. If you're a fan of the symbiotes, that's not my jam. As a retailer, I mean, they sell really well. But I saw the trailer that they did for the comic book miniseries, and, it made it look like a WWF thing. Going to be Eddie versus Dylan Brock, with Peter Parker in the middle. Seems kind of like a jump the shark grab to me. And yeah, on that note, I think that we're probably going to see the inevitable circle back to Marvel versus DC. I would put money on it that that's going to be coming sometime in the next 6 months to a year. Marvel versus DC. I mean, they already did the Ultimate launch, which is what Marvel did back in the day to get a nice flare in sales, and they got a good year out of it so far, so that's been doing pretty well. The other Marvel titles are just kind of flatlining. They're just flatlining. Now again, I moved from Southern California, where we had a brisk comic book community. We would order 300-400 copies of Snyder's Batman, 100 plus copies of Matt Fraction's Hawkeye back in the day. And even back then, I think it was like 2016 is when we started to see the kind of shift in the I don't even know what you would call it, but you saw the shift in what they were doing with some of the titles. And now here we are with a majority just all female led books, and I mean that's great if we're trying to get new female readers, but I don't think that they're marketing it that way. I think that I don't know why they're doing it. All I know is that a lot of this stuff doesn't sell, and I'm surprised if these guys make it to 12 issues, any of these new things that are coming out. Like the Spider-Girl. Spider-Girl's never really been able to hold her own as a book. Spider-Woman, they've relaunched probably, 4 or 5 times. X-23, we had X-23 and All New Wolverine. That run went pretty good for a while. It's a good character. It's a really good character. Laura Kinney is a good character. So, bringing out Deadpool's daughter, again, put that in the cash grab check mark. And Venom War, for the symbiote fans, you tell me. You tell me if you think it's going to be cool. I'll put a link to the trailer in the description. And you tell me if you think it's going to be awesome as a symbiote fan. All right, if you're a reader and not just somebody that buys Delato Carnage variants, all right? The Ultimate Universe doing the 1 year in, #1. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with that, because they mentioned they're going to do the introduction of 2 major characters into the Ultimate Universe. So let's take some guesses at who might that be. Who can they bring into the Ultimate Universe you think that will make the biggest splash? They're bringing 2 characters, no hints yet, so let's see what you guys think down in the comments section. But yeah, I think that out of all the announcements for the comic book stuff from the ashes, as they call it, smoldering, is the Wolverine Revenge. That's probably what I am most excited about, because I love Jonathan Hickman's writing. I've been a fan of his since Nightly News came out back in the day. East of West. I love everything he does. Well, almost everything. So his Infinity run was great. If you read it with the Avengers tie-ins, I think you get the biggest bang for your buck. Instead of just reading the Infinity, I think it was 6-issue miniseries, you read it with all of the Avengers tie-in issues. It was pretty epic stuff. And I think you can get that in a 2 hardcover set nowadays. So yeah, Hickman, anything Hickman touches, I will at least try. So and he got Capullo on art. Capullo draws a pretty badass Wolverine. So anyways, that's some of the quick stuff on the Marvel announcements. The other thing is, who remembers when Moon Knight 55 hit the racks back in the day? Remember when Moon Knight 55 hit and everybody was just like, splat! Who the hell is Stephen Platt? His Moon Knight covers were ridiculous. Hyper detailed, like McFarlane, kind of like James Stokoe, a little touch of Mobius on steroids kind of detail. Moon Knight cover of issue 55, one of my all-time favorites. So, to hear that he was coming back into the comics, because he left comics, does illustration and movies and stuff like that, to do variants, I was super excited. Super excited. Moon Knight's one of my top favorite characters. Daredevil being #1. #2. Alpha Flight's #1. But single characters, Daredevil. I like the street level people. So Daredevil, Batman, Moon Knight, those were the ones that I read when I was growing up. So I love Sienkiewicz's run on Moon Knight back in the 80s. It was what got me into it. And then when Platt's 55 cover hit, oh man, did that send some shockwaves and ripples through the industry. Man, that was great stuff. But now we've got the new variants that he's doing. And he did a Moon Knight #1. And it's a torso shot. That's it. We get a torso shot. And if you look at the art, I'll put the graphic up here. It's not super detailed. It doesn't really even look like Stephen Platt's style. You've got some anatomy weirdness going on under the arm here. And then the other one is the Absolute Power Task Force #1, the Superman variant that he did. And I swear, it is the exact same torso as the Moon Knight variant that he did. But I'll put a graphic up so you can take a look at it. It's not hyper detailed like he is known for. Really, really disappointed in that. I thought we were going to get some just super dynamic Stephen Platt variants, and all we get are some static torsos. So, a little deflated on that one. Anyways, so yeah, that's some of the stuff that's coming from Marvel. And, the industry, we need more. We need better, and we need more. We need some good editors. We need to get some good editors in there. Man, if they could bring Jim Shooter back, We got some great stuff under Shooter. But yeah, we do need some editorial changes at the big two for sure. So, in the meantime, I mean, I'll keep pointing out the good that they're doing, like Wolverine Revenge. Venom War, I think that's going to be a hit for the Symbiote fans and shops, I hope. Guys and gals, that we move lots of units on that one. But looking at the latest ICV2, it's a magazine that comes out. It used to come out monthly, now that just comes out annually. It's the internal correspondence, and it's basically a snapshot of what's going on in our industry. Comics, graphic novels, manga, tabletop, RPG, TCGs, a market snapshot on that. And man, you know, I just looking at the table of contents was just like, it really is a snapshot of what's happening in our industry right now. Hobby game sales flat to down spring 2024. TCG market settling down. Miniatures march along. The era of peak board games is ending. Hobby game sales were flat versus huge 2022. Direct comic market and graphic novel sales mixed. Comic and graphic novel sales down 7%. So that's the table of contents of the ICV2 that they send out once a year. It was like kind of a depressing reflection on what's going on in our industry right now. So honestly, independent creators, this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. Everybody is bitching, including me now. I mean, I've been a retailer for decades, a fan for 50 plus years. I'm going to be 58 in a month. And I've been selling comics since I was like 12. Opened my first store in 89. So I think I can bitch a little bit. I try not to, though. I'm a pretty upbeat guy, positive guy. Everybody who knows me knows that. I love this industry. I love the medium, the hobby, and I will not leave it. So when we're in this kind of rut, this is when we really like to buy collections and turn new readers on to back issues and the decades of imagination and wonder that got us to where we are now. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, let me know your thoughts, you symbiote collectors. What do you think of Venom War? Ultimate Universe fans, who do you think is going to be the two major characters that they're going to be bringing into the Ultimate Universe? Stephen Platt, I love your art. Kind of disappointed on these variants that you did, my man. Anyways, you guys, have a great Monday and have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you later.